I'm near the top of the rock of Gibraltar, looking down on Gibraltar town. And it's only when you're up here you realise that a lot of Gibraltar is built on reclaimed land. Or if you can call it reclaimed, it's built out into the sea because it's just flat. And you can see the runway extending west out into the sea. So it was a rock when Britain seized it in an agreement with the war with Spain, and it's been expanded. And although the territory is only about 3 miles long, it's mega rich because for its size it's got the ability to repair ships. There's ship repair yards on the far left, which I've seen 3 vessels in dry docks. And there's obviously offshore banking for British companies on mainland Great Britain. But I'm here for another reason. I came up here on the cable car, and I could go back down on the cable car, but if you want to be walking on the top of the rock, it's all a nature reserve and you have to pay about an extra £18 to do it. But if you're an old codger like myself, you get a £2 discount. In my case, I just look at the face and say, yeah, here you are, £2 off. I don't have to show any identity. So there's the cable car station. And what I like about being on this road, which is only wide enough for one vehicle, which are licensed minivans or taxis bringing groups of 8 people up here, is that Timothy Dalton in James Bond, he was introduced by the franchise to the public in a dramatic way. They wanted to introduce Timothy Dalton in an action-led scene, and he's here training with the 00 agents scaling the cliffs, and one of them gets killed by being sabotaged, having his line cut, and Bond is fighting on the top of a Land Rover which eventually catches on fire, and he's racing down here with hand grips on the Land Rover, so he's doing all the stunts himself, and then the Land Rover goes off the cliff and he parachutes out through the flaming roof. But I think the parachuting was done higher up off the island, because the island is about 430 meters high, and that's not really high enough for a parachute drop. Plus the filming on the film The Living Daylights looks as though the parachutes are higher up. But this is a great view. It shows Gibraltar town and La Linea de la Concepcion in Spain. And some of the Spaniards prefer the rock to remain as British territory because wages are higher, it's a rich enclave, and a lot of Spaniards come into this territory to work, earning higher rates of pay than what they do if they stayed in La Linea de la Concepcion. So this is the end of my journey from Bilbao down to the south coast of the Iberian Peninsula. Very pleased to have visited the Rock of Gibraltar and to see the geography, economic geography and physical geography of Gibraltar.